All right, boys and girls. Well, damn. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and kids of all ages. Huh. All right. What I've done here is, this is methylene chloride. Let me go ahead and get the can here. I'm going to set it right there. And it's actually leaking. I don't have the top on properly or something, but that's alright. Methylene chloride evaporates immediately, so whatever you put in this little bottle, it will evaporate. And this is acrylic, can cause skin irritation, causes serious eye irritation, may cause drowsiness or dizziness. Read caution carefully. That's right. That's the reason I'm in a well-ventilated area. And working time 1 to 2 minutes. Fixture time 3 minutes. 80% strength in 72 hours. So we got plenty of time. Come to find out, this is a polystyrene or some kind of material that this stuff will work on. And I said in a previous video, if I could find out this stuff works on that, I am going to weld all these together, and that's what I did. So eventually what will happen, now that and the only thing I had to do was just hit these with the, make sure it goes into the crack, that's it. They are done. They are not coming apart. And I don't intend on doing this thing, this battery pack 15-20 times. So I intend on doing it right the first time. Yeah, whatever. So that's my intention anyhow. So, and it's just going to make it a whole heck of a lot easier to line up. You don't have to worry about knocking one of them loose or something like that. I just noticed that one's cracked right there, but I didn't know that beforehand. So whenever I get this done and I get the I bought 2 sheets of polystyrene, and I'll be encasing this in this because I don't particularly care for the shrink. Not only that, this will glue, this will actually weld, because this stuff welds. Once I get the batteries in here and get them, the wires where I want them, and clamp it down. Now I will have to run wires, and another reason I'm doing this is I'll be able to drill through the center of here, run a wire down through there, and all my balance leads will come out through the top. And what I'm going to do is I'll cut a small, and my BMS will actually go under a cover. Everything will be enclosed. This is 80 thousandths thick polystyrene. It'll weld right to this. Like I said, before I start doing this, I'll run it over the sander, just rough it up a little bit, and it'll actually, once I weld it and put it on there and clamp it, and then I'll take the router and I'll go around this and clean all the edges up and then put the sides on. I am thinking about putting a fan right here to blow out the back here. I don't know. I really don't want any water to get into this pack or into the BMS or anything. I just want the 2 leads that will come out of it for the motor, and 2 leads come out of it for the charging port off the BMS, because I'm not going to use it to run it, I'm just going to use it to charge it. Now these are, they are not coming apart. They are good to go. They're going to stay right there. So now it's what was hard for me to figure out, and you know how these things come apart, a pain in the ass. But anyway, these are on there, and like I said, in 72 hours I have 80% strength. Once it gets completely dry, it's like all one piece. It's all one solid piece of plastic. So what I'm going to do is this 4 will go with this 4, will go with this 4, this 4 will go with this 4, and it's going to make a loop all the way around and back. So I've got the positive and negative coming out of one end. The reason I want to do that is that I don't want to have to run a battery all the way up under here. Now when I go to connect these batteries, I'm going to weld nickel strips on them, but some of them are going to be, I'm not going to be able to get a whole bunch of you know, strips on them. I'm actually going to solder these in between the cells, like the nickel strips right here, and then I'll be able to run this in there. And this will give me a good contact between packs, and I'll be doing that. And it'll be soldered in between the cells, not on the cells. So we're trying to keep as much heat. I got that spot welder for that. So take for instance on this one, a tab would be spot welded this way and this way, this way and this way, and then this will probably be soldered in between here, 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 and here to connect them. And same thing here. But running into this pack, I'll be able to do strips all the way to here, connect these all the way to here, connect these all the way to connect these. Won't be using much of this, just on these really fringe areas where I got a pack here that I really need to tie in. They can be tied in here and here, but to really tie them in good, I'll be using stuff like this. And it'll be soldering right on top of the nickel strips right there, and like right there, and that'll pull plenty good. So when it finally gets down to the other end here, it will you'll have positive and negative right here. So I'll be running a lot of this on the ends to tie them in really good. So that's the idea. That's what I've got going on right now. We're going to get started on this battery build. Like I said, I've got half the batteries, a little over half the batteries charged, and they're full. Here's 8, and I got 2 packs of 36. Here 25Rs, they're the cells I wanted. Q30s would have been nice. And the newer ones I'm looking at, the 700s or whatever, they would have been nice, but they're rather expensive. But these are good cells. That's what I've had in these for that bike for a long time. So these are all done. These are all full. I got this pack, this 36, to fill up before I start building the battery. I figured I'd come out here and get these welded up together, and then like I said, I'll sand this whole side of these knobs off, and these right here, or clip them off or whatever, and that's how strong that is. Those halves are there permanent. So once they go on cell to cell, what have you, and I do the sides of it with that polystyrene in the top because I don't really trust the shrink wrap. I see too many videos of it where it's wearing through and stuff like that. Don't particularly want that to happen. I'm still thinking about putting the fan right here. Go ahead, blank this off, cut a hole, put a fan to blow air and come out through just these two holes, where the plastic will come to right here and then blow out here. You can tell me what you think about that idea. I don't think it would be a bad idea to keep them cool. Tesla has, and I've got room to do it. If you look at how they go in here, I should have room to put a little fan right here. Maybe not, but I should. And this thing will be sitting on metal. That's another reason I'm going with the polystyrene all the way around and welded. And once it's set up and welded, that's it. It's like it's one solid piece of plastic. So that's it for right now. That's a little update on the battery. We're fixing to get started with it. I got to charge these up, and like I said, that's and unfortunately I have a hobby charger that gets them to 4.1 and then a night core charger to bring them to 4.2. Well, actually it gets them to 4.04. The night core charger will bring them up to a 4.2, and I want them all at the same thing and what have you, because like I said, the BMS is going to be for charge only. I'm not going to use it to run the bike, because on my throttle up there I have a voltage meter that tells me the volts of the battery, so I'm going to go by that. I don't go long distances. I just think this is a lot better bike than the one I got, but this old knocker over there has served me quite well and still does. It's just, did I leave this? Yes, I did. Okay, that's been on all the time and the battery's still charged up. Okay, whatever. It's got a BMS on it for charge only. And I did have a power meter on it, but I screwed that up. Another one. So anyway, I don't have luck with those. But this one is good for up to 84 or 90 volts, I think, and you can read it right here. So, and that's a twist throttle. That's low, normal, and then high speed. So all this will be tied in to this, and then this will go back to the battery, like this cable here for the ignition. I have where's it at? I had a really good key switch for it, and right here. So I'm hoping to put this on it right back here out of the way. You're not gonna pick that one. That one there is gonna be hard to pick. So, and that'll cut the ignition on, but none of that's foolproof or anything like that. What I'll be doing also is disconnecting the lead from the battery itself, because I'm not going to have a switch on that. I'm just going to disconnect that. This is for the ignition. You can connect it, it still won't go unless you connect this. So, and hopefully that'll be like right here. Now this right here is a module that I got off of eBay. It's up to 160 to 120 volts DC, and it knocks it down to 12 volts. So the reason I got this is you always want, you know, for lights and what have you. So I'm gonna have LED light strips in here, shining down on everything, give it a cool effect. Probably some over there, and then I'm gonna have the white LEDs probably on the front forks to shine down on the road. So, and maybe some on the back there too. You'd never have enough LEDs, we know that. So but that's what that's for, and that's what we you know, and I don't know if Bailey's talking about cowbells or whatever, but that's a lot of cowbells right there. So, I'm just kidding, Bailey. Whatever cowbells mean, I guess it's like a band thing. You need more cowbell. So, but anyway, y'all hit like and subscribe. Leave me a comment like Bailey did. And Bailey, you leave me another comment. And we're going to press on with this. Like I said, I have got a lot of batteries to charge. All these are just dead batteries. I use them to, you know, set everything up for distances and all that. And just as a, but these are the real deal. These are Samsung 25Rs, 2500 milliamp hours, 20 amp discharge, 4 in a row, 80 amps times 20, 4S times 20p, 84 volts, and a whole bunch of milliamps. I don't know exactly what the amp hour would be, but that's what I run on this one. 4S times 13p for 54 volts. So, and this is be a little faster, seeing as how we're going 84 volts. So that's it. As soon as I get these charged, we're going to start. And oh yeah, another thing I learned from my fellow YouTubers and other people that build these batteries that were gracious enough to, you know, post stuff about building them is, and I think this is a really good idea, these are the tabs that you put on top of the battery right here to keep from shorting out, you know, the positive and the negative right there. Very good idea. I did get some of those. We'll be putting them on the batteries too. But other than that, that's it. Y'all have a good day. Hit like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. And we'll be pressing on with this pretty soon. I just got to charge an ass of batteries. I've already charged an ass of battery. I got to charge a whole bunch more. So that's it. Y'all have a good day. Alright guys, y'all have a good day. Like I said, hit like and subscribe. We're going to be building this battery for that bike, and hopefully we get it running. We got the kayak switch under control. I will be putting that in short order on that. Probably next weekend we'll be doing a video on that, getting it in there, and then the following weekend if I have time. Actually, I'm wanting to take a whole week off and go down there and do some really extensive testing with the solar cells and everything else. Maybe even buying some smaller props, counter-rotating props to go with it. So, like I said, hit like and subscribe. Thank you all so much who have subscribed. You're wonderful. And we're going to press on. There you go.